Because I was just doing.
Uh-oh. Sounds like it's about to go down in here. Going down. New York City, NYC, Borough. MSG, stand up. Brooklyn, Staten in the Bronx. Manhattan, Queens, what you want? We want the Knicks. We want the Knicks. We want the Knicks. We want the Knicks. Brooklyn, Staten in the Bronx. Manhattan, Queens, what you want? We want the Knicks. We want the Knicks. We want the Knicks. We want the Knicks. New York City, New York, If the Knicks is in the Mecca, yeah, let me hear you give it up. The Knicks is in the Mecca, yeah, let me hear you give it up. The Knicks is in the Mecca, yeah, let me hear you give it up. The Knicks is in the Mecca, yeah, let me hear you give it up. We back, we back, we back, we back, we back. This is New York City, home of the Knicks, baby. Yeah, we back on track. The Mecca's going crazy. Rim rocking, shot blocking, boy, we are not stopping. Aiming at that chip with a bullseye on the target. It's been so many years, that's how bad we really want it. From the city to the garden, we all be blue and orange. And everybody's starving, hell yeah, hungry for a ring. Got a team full of hungry hoopers all going in. We back.
A minute remaining. Brunson at three. Bam! Jalen Brunson!
Que lo que, mi gente? It's your boy Ruel. You know what it is. This is back with again. We back at it again. The Organic Fanatics. I'm back with my cousin. You see him? He's probably out here on the side. He's doing his thing. He's out here getting his tools and things ready. My man working hard. We always work hard for you guys. You know what it is. We at work, we play, whatever it is. We're here for you guys out here. Salute you guys. Appreciate you guys in the building. You know what it is. Machete's in the building with me. My guy is working out there. Salute to the Knicks. He's out there hustling and grinding. If y'all can't hear me, salute to M Spesh. Tough game tonight. This was a tough one. Salute to Machete. There he goes. Machetazo que lo que. Yeah, let's see that face, boy.
Hey, we took it out tonight, but que lo que, my hand de la 110, Upper West Side Manhattan up there, all my Manhattan Knights, all our Knicks fans all over the place, even the ones out there in Charlotte, even though we took it out. Thanks for supporting us. The Organic Fanatic, please like and subscribe. Let's talk about this shit.
Hey, salute to the away team Knicks, the Madison Square Garden South in Charlotte. Or Madison Square Garden in the country. Salute to y'all for representing. They were deep out there today. What a game. It was exciting, at least for the first half. The New York, before we go down the rabbit hole, the Knicks have won 7 straight. Tough game to lose, considering today, it would have been 8 straight, and yes, I would have been good. But if we would have won today, which I think we're still going to do it anyway, but if we win today, we would have clinched the playoffs. So that would have helped if we would have clinched the game, which would have been, it's a tough one, a tough pill to swallow there. So the fact that we weren't able to clinch the game, that's one. You kind of slipped on the opponent, and something that's bit us in the ass, pause, is the same thing that's been giving us issues for the last couple of games as how we start the game. Having coming in with the game with low energy and understanding the game. So I think this is where, if they're not paying attention to the report that the coaches are giving it to them to prepare the players for the game, you have a Charlotte Hornet team who in 30 games are 23-7. They were in 9th place right now. They're only 2 from 6th place. So they're not in a, you know what I'm saying? It's really tight from 6th place all the way down to 10th place, which Orlando, by the way, is in. Them and Charlotte were tied, fighting for that play-in position. So they definitely have a reason to be fighting to try to get into some playoff type basketball. So to not be prepared for them to give up 38 points in that first quarter, 38, Machete. We give Charlotte 38 points, and you got to give them props. They came to play. They were lights out. They were hitting everything, every three, every two. Do you think that first quarter was it that we were like slow to the gate? Do you think that we were starting off slow and our defense wasn't picking up, or what did you see in that first quarter? I can't hear you. I can't hear you. You're mute. You're on mute.
My bad. Hey, what's up, everybody? And shouts out to Ruel, our host, and Unix out there on his grind. We're out here on our grind. I'm sorry if a little bit unprofessionalism here,
Who said we're
but we have.
professionals?
Anyway, we're Dominicans. We're never professional. But besides that, speaking of Dominican, Cat didn't really show up on top of everything. I don't think. And then we did start really slow in the beginning, but we did still make our 30. We got like 31 at the end, but they did get the 38. So I knew after that it was going to be good because we were holding them there for a little bit, and then they just got the 38 in that first quarter, and it was very telling. So yeah, that's how it went.
It was tough, man. They got 38 in the first. We got 36. So as you were saying, that's a good positive spin on that point that we were able to get to that 30 point. But you can't play you shoot, I shoot, you shoot, I shoot, because that's not the type of basketball you want to play. That's not winning basketball. That's going to throw you out of rhythm. It was hard for me to watch the game in a sense where I wanted to say Brunson wasn't passing the ball, but at the same time, players weren't hitting shots. They weren't confident. It's hard for me to see that players aren't matching that intensity for Brunson. I can't keep saying that he's not passing the ball or he's pounding the air to the ball when other people aren't prepared to play the game. You're coming in half-ass at that level. It's crazy. To have players that are missing that many shots has been kind of crazy here. So I mean, they were balling, man. I mean, you're talking about KNICKS. Hands down, Con her nipple is gonna be one of the best play. He's got to be the rookie of the year. So what did you say?
I couldn't believe that kid was a rookie, but I mean, we have Mikal Bridges missing shots. He really was not. I understand what's going on with that. He still saved us defensively a little bit, but those first couple of shots there, were not good signs. When he missed that 3-pointer and they got ahead like 5 points, he missed a 3 and then he missed a 2 after that. He was just like airing balls and stuff like that. Balls, but stuff like that. The burden was on Jalen Brunson. So he was taking up all the shots and making most of the shots. But nobody else was him and Ananobi a little bit, but other than that, I don't know if it was just that we're playing away. But, give credit to Charlotte. They played a really good defensive game. I was down at 36. They knew what the game plan was, to score more than us in the first quarter. And we were going to try to get over 30, so they got
I mean,
we didn't really rebound. We didn't out-rebound us, and we just weren't really trying to try to have a possession of the basketball.
a very tough game to watch at that point in time. I mean, they beat us in pretty much every category on there. So when you're looking at, let me pull up the box score here. I mean, man, they beat us pretty bad. It was tough to watch in the beginning, but they beat us. And we caused more turnovers for them, which is a good thing. They had 17. We only had 10. We had 21 fouls to their 19. It felt like 50 fouls. I mean, them referees they was blowing the whistles like crazy. They were 16 of 41, so they made 5 more 3-pointers than us. Free throws, they had 20 free throws. We only had 9. We had 9 free throws. So that lets you know 28 assists to our 26. I don't know if you're breaking.
If it wasn't that,
Good.
my bad. I was saying, I'm not trying to blame the rest, but I'm trying to rewatch the game again, see if, by the time, they'll get the calls. They'll get calls that,
No, that was
was probably frustrating the players. Josh Hart was playing frustrated.
I mean, so was Cat. I mean, yes, there was bad calls, but we played terrible. When it's a referee game, when we're looking at referees, we got to be looking at the players at that point in time because the referees have nothing to do with the game at that point. If we're losing or complaining to the refs, we're not doing what we're supposed to be doing at that point in time. They had 15 fast break points to our 7. There was a point in the game where they had 10 fast breaks and we had 0. Those fast breaks that you're looking at, the 7 we had was probably in the last 2 minutes, so which was terrible. Their bench outscored us 26-17, and the largest lead was 21. I'm looking for the rebound because I know for sure that they have 52 rebounds to our 30. They had 12 offensive rebounds to our 5. The fact that we lost those rebounds is crazy. OG Anunoby only had 3 rebounds. Josh Hart, who just got to 7, and those are probably the last 2 minutes of the game. You had Karl Anthony Towns, who's the second in NBA in rebounds, who only had 3. I don't know if he was in his head. I don't know if he was frustrated he wasn't getting touches. He dominated. I put him in the thumbnail for today's game because the last game he played him, 35 and 15, I think he had. So this was an easy game for him to dominate. So I don't know what's going on mentally in that he checked out. But he only played 22 minutes. 22 minutes, Machete. He played 22. He sat the whole fourth quarter. So what are your thoughts about that? That Mike Brown sat him at least for 7 minutes.
Maybe it's that complaining stuff, man, that he keeps talking about and we keep doing. We're still complaining to the refs and talked about it. Said that's one of his pet peeves because what he's doing is that we're not getting back. We couldn't afford for Cat. As great as he is, he's been playing. Mike Brown's got to put his foot down for him about him complaining to the fucking refs. He said in the interview he's tired of that, and because what happens is it takes away from the defense because then the offense isn't feeling the pressure. They're not feeling us because we're sitting there complaining. We're playing distracted and then running back. And then I don't think Mike Brown's ever gonna forget that him laying on the floor that one time when he fell and he just was just L for like a minute. That's the kind of shit that coach to see a player complaining and whining and complaining. I was watching I forgot what podcast I was watching in the morning with these Knicks haters, in the West Coast, with this guy Boogie and them, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But they had Isaiah Thomas, right? And I was watching it because it was Isaiah. I want to see the Isaiah Thomas and Knicks for click, whatnot. But my point was that they asked him about the guys complaining like that to the refs, and it was really funny. You should watch it. What his response was and what he said, because he's an old head, and he said, "Truly, we're whining and complaining generation." We throw our hands in the air, those and back in the days they never did that. But that's just one of those old head stories. It's really funny to watch, but it's true. It's true. Because he wasn't talking, and what was crazy was that I don't think he was talking about anyone specifically. Certain people specifically. I'm thinking about was Cat, but yeah, there's that. I don't say go check those people out because they're a bunch of haters, but fuck them anyways. But yeah, that Isaiah Thomas interview, him about complaining about the whiners and stuff like that was pretty funny.
I mean, the way we got out rebounded was crazy. I mean, between you having a healthy Mitch in this game, you have Karl Anthony Towns, are the number 2, actually number 1 rebounder in the NBA. For us to get out rebounded like that was embarrassing. 12 offensive rebounds. I mean, they were just getting anything they wanted. Once they missed shots, they put them back. That was a game right there. 12 offensive rebounds for them, and then to out rebound us by 22 is crazy. That's the game right there. Not to mention the fast breaks. We had more steals. The assists were okay, which, by the way, half the assists, I can't complain. Brunson was over here. He had 13 assists. I got to give him props. 26 points. Yes, he missed. He was 0-6 from the three-pointer. 26 points, 13 assists. I'm sorry, 26 points, 13 assists. He even had a steal on there. Even that, he was still -6. He was 10 of 23, so he took a lot of shots. Karl Anthony Towns, 13 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 turnover. He was 5 of 8 from the field, so his shooting was good. 1 for 1 for 3-pointers. 8 shots is not enough. 8 shots, whatever it was, whether I don't know. Maybe he's frustrated. He's emotionally in his head. I know his pops has been in the hospital. Maybe he's struggling with something that his pops and rest in peace. Not rest in peace. I'm sorry. Get well soon, Carl Senior. So I think it could be his dad being in the hospital is probably playing on his emotions a little bit, and him traveling, maybe not seeing his father. That could be. I mean, I don't know. I'm gonna give him a pass on that. But he played. Other than that, shooting, he shot well, just not enough touches. 22 minutes. I don't know. Something's up there. But you had OG Anunoby played nearly the entire game. 39 minutes for OG Anunoby with 17 points, no free throws, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, and 1 block. To play that many minutes and only come up with 17 points, that's a hard sell for me. Same thing for Josh Hart. 39 minutes also for him, 16 and 7. Do you think all those minutes and 40 for Jalen Brunson, all those minutes, Machete, do you think Mike Brown could have done a little bit more with getting maybe some other players in? I said he tried Kolek a little bit. He tried Jordan Clarkson for 18 minutes. And Jose Alvarado has been a negative the last couple of games. I don't know if nobody else had it going. He tried Mo Diawara for 13 minutes. I don't know. Do you think that's a lot of minutes for this team? Was he trying to see if he can get them back in rhythm?
Who are we talking about, Mo Diawara?
As far as Mike Brown, because it looks like
Okay.
I'm looking at Mike Brown only because all the starters played nearly 40. They all played 40 minutes. OG played 40. Josh Hart played 40. Brunson played 40. Mikal Bridges played 32. And in this type of game, do you think that Mike Brown could have gone maybe deeper into the bench? He played some other players, but do you think maybe depth or somebody else to give a spark, or was it that the team just played flat? Because that's a lot of minutes.
It seems like the team played flat, and they were probably, it could be what you said. It could be that he played Carl Anthony, 22 minutes, because he could be having a lot on his plate right now. Because it did sound like it the other day when they interviewed when we had that win, and he said that he played because his dad told him to play that night.
Yeah.
And he really did express how he's very concerned with family issues and stuff like that. But it could be, that's why he didn't play. It could be, like I said, maybe because he couldn't afford that, him complaining and to the refs, and that's the pet peeves that he talked about. It could be that he's burning on the guys also on the road. And also, but you got to give credit to Charlotte. Charlotte has been on a freaking rampage, bro. And everybody's been feeling the sting of the Hornets.
Yeah.
And so we felt it tonight. They played at home. They played very confident. And LaMelo, this kid Ball, is when he plays confident, he's going to be a Hall of Famer. Just for the way he shoots, and he's still very young. He's not even 24. But this kid's got amazing sight. He's got the height still going, and they got motivation. They got the good coaching, but mainly they played at home. And these guys have been on the rampage. They've been beating everybody. They've been beating Boston. They're that. They are. They're that Cinderella team. They're still in six points. 6 seed is still enough. Yeah. It's like,
yeah, go ahead.
If you're an 8th seed, you're still in the play-in. 8th seed, some people do come in because we were able to, we very rarely, like even the Knicks did that when the 8th seed came, wanted to make it to the finals. But being a 6th seed is not a far fetch for them being a Cinderella team. Come on, rookie.
That's a good point as far as the Cinderella team. They're playing kind of like how the Miami Heat would do from the 8th to 9th position and try to make a run. That's a good point.
It's happening.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'm trying to get my ish together.
And the Hornets. They were on. They won. They were 23-7. They won. This was their 5th straight win. So we won 7 straight. They won 5th straight. So it's not a lucky draw. They're not a team that's going for the play-in. They're not just a young team that doesn't have talent. LaMelo Ball's been in the league 7 years. Knight has been in there for a while. Bridges played very well, and you bring a college player in KNICKS to be in this league, and he is far and away he's got to be the rookie of the year. He plays a very good game, inside game. He was shooting jumpers, 3-pointers. He was hitting everything. He had 6 3-pointers. I mean, the kid is crazy. I mean, he's you got to give it to him. They're ready to play. They're energetic. They're young. They're athletic. They're tall. They played a good game. They played 48 minutes of basketball. We played a solid 32. We played a solid 32 of basketball. We were slow to the ball, slow to rebounding, complaining. So it's crazy. I mean, even though let's say Cat's game was off, and he still gave us 13 points, but no rebounds. Josh Hart was your biggest rebounder in the whole team. Bridges got 0 rebounds. OG gives you only 3, and these guys are starters. Brunson at least gave you 2. I mean, it was definitely an off night. I don't know if it's traveling, what it was, but unfortunately, you just got to chuck it up. I'm not going to put too much into this because it's just 1 loss and 8. We went 7-1, so you can't complain too much about that. But these last couple of games are playoff style. You know what I mean? Salute to Buzzer Beater. We see you, my guy. Que lo que? Buzz. And Buzz, we got Buzz today. They gave us the buzz today, boy. That's for sure. We was like a bear going after their honey, and they stung the shit out of us. We was moving slow as a bear. I can't hear you. You're on mute.
Can you see me?
Yeah, I can see. I hear you. You good? Yes, I see. Buzzer beater says a bad loss tonight. It was definitely a tough loss. You're gonna have those, and again, this is the NBA. And listen, there's bad losses, but you got to tip your hat to Charlotte. Charlotte played a phenomenal game as well. It wasn't so much that we played bad; they played very good. We you know what I mean? They played very good. They out hustled us. They played very good. When they went down, I got to give them. What happened?
They were trying to hustle punches back in the face.
Absolutely. No, you said it. You said this is a team to watch out for. In the last show, you called it on the money. This is a young team that's trying to win. They're trying to win now. They're not trying to win next year and get more draft picks. They got their talent already. They got their talent. They got some experience, and now they're a team that's looking to get experience in the postseason. They've tried, getting in rhythm and chemistry. Now they're ready to get that postseason experience in the East Coast. They're gonna take leaps and bounds over Orlando. Go ahead.
I'm gonna say, it is what it is. Water under the bridge now, but more importantly is who we got next.
I'll look at that right now. So water under the bridge. So go ahead.
You know who we got next? Go ahead.
Now who? If you know it, go for it.
I think we got OKC and OKC.
Listen, I'll tell you right now. Dang. Yeah, damn. We right now. The next game. That's right. So we lose now. In 3 days we play OKC. The good thing is we have 2 days.
We got 2 days rest.
We got 2 days rest. Travel, get there, regroup. You know what I'm saying? OKC just lost to Boston last night in the overtime. Boston won that. We needed them to lose, so now we're, I think, a full game behind Boston now, because we were half a game, and then Boston won, so we're a whole full game behind Boston now for the number 2. If you can go for that run, you go for it, but they're clicking on all cylinders too, and this is where we got to have some kind of consistency with this team, and it's a little bit of leaps and bounds here. So we got OKC in 3 days. Tough loss. I was liking at least that he went for the Tyler Kolek sighting to see if Kolek can give him something. So I was interested that he went to Kolek. I like that he gave him those 6 minutes. He did try to see who had something. Mo Diawara played admirable 13 minutes. He gave 5 points. He was 1 of 4, 2 of 6, all of 1 from the free throw. He had 1 rebound, 1 assist. So he didn't have it tonight either. Mo Diawara, he tried really good. He tried to bring the energy, but he didn't have it. I don't know what it was. Something. They had some gumbo, something down in the South. They had that cornbread, something that was heavy on them. They had some Southern cooking. They were slow with it. Jordan Clarkson played good. 18 minutes. He gave 8 points. He was 4 of 8. 1 rebound, 1 assist, and 1 steal. How have you been seeing? What were your thoughts on Tyler Kolek's defense as of recently, Machete? He's probably getting something to eat. In 5, 4, 3, 2.
My bad. Yeah.
I figured.
What were you saying about Tyler Cole?
No, not Tyler Kolek. So as far as Jordan Clarkson, Jordan Clarkson, he's been getting a lot of minutes. He had 18 minutes. He was 4 of 8, 1 rebound, 1 assist, 1 steal. But he's been getting on the court because of his defense. What have you been seeing with Jordan Clarkson?
He's out there. He's getting his minutes. He's working really hard to stay on his team for next year. Try to get a contract with us, man, because he really wants to stay out here with the Knicks. And I like his game. He's a little older, but he's long. He's lanky. He can play defense, and he's definitely still one of the top 5. Was it? Scorers off the bench all time, which is crazy. But if you give him the chance and he has the confidence, we got weapons like him, Shamet, Deuce. These are guys that are, 2 of them are coming back, and Jordan Clarkson's holding it down like he said he would, man. He just wants a chance, and he can show. I'm glad that he's playing good defense. I like his game, bro. I like his game when he's playing good defense.
Hey, salute to Jordan.
He's a little older. He can't. He tries, salute to him. He still tries against the younger guys, but shouts out to Charlotte. Charlotte was tough, man. Charlotte was really tough. Another one that I think they're one of the younger teams, if I'm not mistaken. They're still one of the younger teams, and of all the younger teams, they're probably they're a juggernaut right now. Yeah. Like I said, they're only sitting from the. I think they're gaining more confidence. They just beat the Knicks. I think they're beating OKC. They're beating Boston. So they're going on that. We've been there, and it's a good feeling. And they're feeling good right now. They're feeling themselves, and they can go maybe the first or second round in the playoffs if they can keep it up like that. They can stay healthy.
Yeah, they did.
We'll see, but I wouldn't want to see them.
I don't mind.
Charlotte, right? I mean, I think.
I think. Listen, they're on a heater, so I mean, you're gonna have to go through somebody. You got to go through everybody. But they rolling right now.
I think is this the 3rd time we've played them? We've beaten them 2 or 3, right?
Yep.
I'm not sure, but I think, and then I'm asking you if we did have one more game against them. I believe we do have a game against them later on in the schedule in MSG.
I'll tell you right
to finish it off or something.
In April, we got, which is our last game of the season against Charlotte.
Yeah.
So the last game of the season we got against Charlotte, and that's at home. That's at the Garden.
Sit back. Who was playing before that? Look who was playing before that.
Toronto and Boston on a back-to-back.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah, so we got it there. Salute to Buzzer Beater. He says, Machete, chomp, chomp, chomp. Machete's trying to get something to eat, but I keep interrupting him while he's trying to get some food. So, hey, but salute to, you can, if you want to grab your food right now, but salute to Jordan Clarkson. ¿Cómo está, cana? I want to say prayers out to the Filipino people. Filipinos are in a state of emergency. There's no gas because of Strait of Hormuz that's going out there, that they're blocking all the gasoline. So prayers out to the people in Philippines. They're showing what real struggle is when there's no gas and you literally got to walk. Ain't no blocks out there. Everybody's in chancleta. So they definitely got to commute to have their rations and their food to go from village to village. So prayers out to all the Filipino people out there. Buzzer Beater has a question. He says, we're on a road trip. Is a losing streak about to happen? Do you think a losing streak is about to happen, Machete, or is this one off?
So, like I said, we got OKC next, and OKC, who we got after that? We still got Houston to play out there.
Yeah, we got OKC.
I mean, who we got?
OKC, then OKC, then the Rockets. That's 3 tough teams back to back.
Hey, man, it could be. It could be. But this is the test. This is what we need. This is what we need right now. I think that we got it locked down, our position right now. And the more important thing is for everybody, right? Whether we're in the second or third, I think the more important thing is health. It would be nice to be first. It would be nice if we can get to second.
Yeah.
But we'll see, because they got to play games too. OKC, got to play against us. They could lose. They're going to lose. You know what I'm saying? Houston's going to lose. These teams are going to lose against us. We play better away at home sometimes, I think. These are going to be really the 2 toughest teams because we're playing really good coaches. That we'll see we'll see how what Mike Brown and his team how what they do. But we got the players, and yeah, we're good.
This
We're gonna win, bro. We got this.
I won't go too crazy on whether it's a loss. Think about it. We've won a lot of games, at least the last few games, without Deuce, without Shamit, without our spacers. You know what I mean? So we've constantly had to adjust as a team. Go ahead.
Yeah, that was the other thing. So I'm hoping. I don't know if he has another week, but we'll get these guys back. I would love to see these guys come play at OKC. We have Shamit back, we have Dudes back, and start really trying to like adjust these guys against, especially OKC, because we might see them. Bring Deuce in, or have some backup minutes. We don't start them. We don't start them or anything like that. And have like Shamit didn't play. But we gotta have all these guys 100% healthy. We gotta have Hart healthy. We gotta have Jalen Brunson. Everybody's gotta be healthy, dude. That's the more important thing. I don't give a fuck about our standing in the third.
I think
as long as we're healthy, good playoffs.
I think Ian Begley said that we might see Deuce by the Chicago game. So that's maybe 4 games from now, which is good. And that's what I was saying. I said within 5 games, they're probably going to bring him in to get some kind of conditioning. You know what I mean? So he can get used to the speed.
Okay. What would be, let's say, 5 games before what are the last 5 games? What would be the 5th game before the end?
So right now, I'll tell you right now. So right now, the next game is OKC and Houston, and then Grizzlies. And then, so those next 3 games, and then that 4th game is Chicago, and that's the last 5 games. And you have Chicago, Atlanta, Boston, Toronto, and then Charlotte as the final games.
Bring them in. Like for the Grizzly game, for the easier teams that we should beat, like the 500 teams or whatever those teams that that maybe not for the tougher teams, not for the OKC, maybe not for the Houston team, but for those little weaker teams, maybe we could start bringing the guys in and have them play those last 5 games at least in the regular season, warming them to the playoffs.
Yeah, that
would be great.
If he comes in
those 2 games. If we lose those 2 games and have him come in and close them out, we can still win those last 5 games. That'd be great.
To your point, buzzer beater, I don't know. I can't say that it's a losing streak. Listen, the next 2 games, I'm not gonna lie, it's gonna be challenging. The next 2 games is gonna be insanely tough. You got the defending champions in the OKC who just lost in overtime to Boston, who's ahead of us. Boston's been running all cylinders, so it's definitely a tough ask, but this is where, the cream of the crop lies. If you're comparing yourself to Boston, if you're comparing yourself to a championship team in, OKC, and those are your goals of what you're trying to, you gotta meet those standards, and you gotta try to be ready to play against these teams. You gotta be focused. How we played today is kind of like that barometer of being prepared and know what it takes to win. And yes, we've had players that have been off and we've been winning good, but when you get punched in the face, you got to be ready to react. There's sometimes that we're so sluggish, and then how do we have all that energy with the last 3 minutes in the game where it was down 14, and then we can get it within 9 and make a 7, 8, 11-point run, but you had a quarter and a half where you're just kind of stuck in mud. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I think that's where the mindset what Mike Brown was trying to do, where he's leaving the players that long to see hopefully somebody gets, snaps out of it like an OG and start dunking or something. I think he was just trying to see hopefully that the guy snap out of it, and none of them did. Back to the 40 minutes. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, little brother. Yeah, because these teams, Mike Brown's gonna come up with a plan, or guys are gonna have to either, get the energy up in that first quarter, because teams are figuring out that first quarter is vital for us. That we got to score at least 30, and that we're trying to keep them under 30. So that's the game plan. Everybody knows that. We got to come out very strong in the beginning and try to get that lead. But ideally it would be that if we can find each other and spread the ball and hit all their threes and get the our 3-point shooting up to the 40s, 45. He wants us to try to hit 45. He said 40. Try to check. 45 3-point attempts, and then try to hit 35% of that or 39% of that. So we gotta try to implicate that in the first quarter as best we can. Because going into the playoffs, that's going to be the game plan. It looks like, but teams are figuring this out, and they're coming to play. And there are a lot of good rookies. These younger cats, with the energy and the legs are coming out. There's a lot of young talent out there right now that we're going up against. So,
yeah, they definitely they got to be ready to play. I mean, and it's true. It's just one of those games where nobody has it going. It's tough to watch, but you're gonna have to kind of throw this one in the trash. Yeah, still a great overall 7-1 is not a bad thing to complain about. Let's go Knicks, but we have to regroup. I mean, listen, we were out for sure. Me, I'm gonna tell you, I can't say we, but I was complaining about Brunson as far as movement to a certain extent. The fact that he had 13 assists. I mean, this is a game where New Knicks would definitely want to be on the podcast. Obviously, he can't because he's got some stuff going on. But 13 assists. I mean, I can't complain at Brunson. I can't say, even if he was pounding the air of the ball, he got 13 assists. He was 6 for 6 from the free throw. Go ahead.
So these victories like that, 13 assists for Brunson is great. I mean, he tried to save us. Other guys were lacking. I think particularly Mikal Bridges
and Cat.
The other ones tried, but we still, the other guys still didn't show up. Jordan Clarkson didn't show up. We're still short. Shamet was still short. I don't know what happened with Josh Hart. I mean, I think he tried in
he came on too late.
9-game. Yeah, his nine 3-point streak, whatever, it came to an end. But it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, that's a lot of pressure when they have those streaks on there. Just, he's playing good. Just leave it like that. When you start putting these, you had 9 in a row. What are you going to, like, all right, now I got to count down to see if I'm going to miss any. Mikal Bridges, 32 points. He's at least got close to his average. He was 50% from his shooting, so he was 6 of 12. He was 2 of 5 from 3. He played better, but no rebounds at all. No steals, no blocks. I think it's got to be something with him physically after all the wear and tear. In my opinion.
Wait. I take it back. You said he had 32 points?
No, I misspoke. He played 32 minutes. He had 14 points. He was 6 of 12. He was 2 of 5 from 3. He didn't have anything from the free throw line because he doesn't take contact. No rebounds, 2 assists. No steals, no blocks. So I didn't really see too much impact on defense because they were running everywhere. They figured out cuts. They looked at the defense and they did, as you said, they did a playbook that they kind of figured out what we like to do and then focus on that because they out rebound us. They know that we like rebounds. They out rebound the rebound game. Fast break, they beat us on the fast break, so they were running because they know we don't like to run back and get set on defense. So I mean, I would say they pretty much exposed us today. Today was a game that they exposed the perfect game plan. That if we're not ready to play, that this team can, people can use this game plan. Double Brunson, get it out of his hands, go on fast breaks, make them run, make them get tired. You know what I mean? So they did a great game plan and executed perfectly. You got to give them props for that. So salute to Charlotte. They balled today, and I think we still could have won the game anyway. Even with them having the perfect game plan, we still could have won. Just everybody was too little, too late. Any thoughts on this game other than that? Because I'm gonna move on from this. They killed me.
Yeah, no, ain't nothing for me to say anything else. But I mean, we call it night.
Yeah.
If there's anything to talk.
Nah, I mean, other than that, I mean, you can give your pieces out. Other than that, we can talk. We're gonna talk on the next game. So this is T-9. We'll be closing up quick anyway. T-9. So 9 games in. We're gonna be doing the other game live. So we got a game on Sunday at 7:30 against OKC. We'll be going live then too. See if we check out the game while we're counting down these last 10. Machete had a long day from work. He's about to check out. Don't get too high, too low. This was a game that you're just going to have to throw in the trash. There was some positives, at least for Brunson, at least. What's happening with Carl, I'm not going to go too crazy on that because he's had maybe 8 games straight where he's been dominant. This to me is something I'm guess. If I had to guess, I would say maybe his pops, something emotional, something there, and him not getting the touches early was kind of a combination. I don't know whether he was aggressive early because he didn't even get a touch in the second quarter. So I don't know. I don't know where that is. So I don't know if it was just a game or what it was. So I got to throw this one in the trash. Hopefully he's out of that, and we need him in these next 2 games. These 3 games were where we really needed Karl Anthony Towns. I really want to see him focus on this OKC game. I really want the Knicks to be dialed in on this game, not to have any mental lapse. If they want to show the spirit of competitive as a championship team, this next game is going to be highly important. I'm going to expect Mike Brown to have them prepared. You have 3 days, 2 days, so they're probably going to travel tonight. They're more than likely traveling tonight just to get to wherever they're going to be in OKC early, get there early, rest, practice, take care of their bodies, do what they got to do, and be ready for this team. So hopefully they fly out tonight and get to OKC early with 2 days ahead of time and just get it going. Do you think they'd be fine? What do you think they fly out tonight? I hope they do.
So what are you gonna do? Stay in fucking Charlotte one more night and then wait? Nah, man. Fly the fuck out there and get your ass out there.
Red eye
They're
flight.
probably out there right now.
Red eye flight right on the runway. Yo, just pack your shit.
Be out there by midnight. They'll be out there maybe by like 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. Get in there, get some sleep. You know, get a little bit of practice in tomorrow. You know, probably rest tomorrow, and then get your practice in. Or I would fucking practice in the morning, man, because you fucking lost. So everybody's got to do laps.
Fuck yeah, yo.
You know what I'm saying?
Red
So
eye flight, get into the hotel, rest. 1 p.m. we practicing, but we're looking for that. Forward to that. I would have loved to be a little more excited to say that I'm gonna be looking positive. We're looking positive because OKC is completely healthy right now. OKC has everybody playing. Hartenstein's playing. Shai Gilgeous is playing. Everybody in their team. There's literally nobody missing. So it's gonna be a tough game to play them after losing a game like tonight, and without Deuce and without Shamit. It's gonna be a tough ask tomorrow. It's gonna be, on that Sunday game. So it's gonna be a tough ask for them, but I believe in my Knickerbockers, and we're gonna be healthy when it matters. But tough call. Machete, any final thoughts before we close the show, sir? Because I know you're hungry, you're tired, and you're ready for bed.
yeah, I just popped out White Castles in the microwave
Ooh,
in the toaster oven right.
that
I'm
boy
about
ready.
to that. So you shouts out to all the organic fanatic fans out there. Shouts out to New Knicks. Shouts out to you, Ruel family. You know, say what's up to the kids. Give them all an abrazo and a kiss from me. And everybody else, yo, please pray for all that's going on right now. You know, all we can do is just pray to the Almighty and be faithful. Let's not lose faith. And yeah, our gas price went up a little bit, but you know, we'll see what happens. You know, but if we all pray, I believe something positive will come out of it.
Well said, sir.
So
Well
good night,
said.
everybody.
Yes,
Have a
sir.
good night.
Love my cuz, appreciate that. Yeah, y'all better, we got to look for repentance, boy. Repent and let's get for our salvation. But if the gas prices are too high, you know what that means? Walk your ass around everywhere. Some of us got to lose weight, including me. You know what I'm saying? If my stomach jiggles, I can do. I need to walk the block a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I'm in Florida, so I'm gonna be sweating a lot. But we might have to walk a little bit. So get your walking on. Buzzer beater. Before I check out, I'm gonna answer your question because you've been in the chat. Appreciate you, my brother. To answer all your questions is Giannis. Oh my God, me and Machete were talking about this earlier. The answer is definitely not Giannis. The man has some stuff going on. Giannis. Again, everybody has their own, but Cat has been healthy. He's been available, and Giannis is missing in the postseason. You see, he's injured now. He would not even be playing right now. Well, he might be, but he's usually missing the postseason. We'll see, but I'm still for Cat. I'm not turning my back on him because he has one bad game. He's been balling out. Got to support your team. We're about to go into the playoffs. T-9. We got games going, and don't lose faith. We just won 7. Come off the ledge, guys. Yes, it was a tough loss, but these are learning lessons for the Knickerbockers. These are learning lessons to get us prepped for the playoff. So even though this was a tough loss, this is letting us know and going to teach us how to regroup. In the playoff, when you lose, you have a game, 1 game off, 2 games off, and then you prepare. So how we play against OKC is going to give you an example of our readiness for playoffs. So in that 2-game rest, do we get it? We fly out, we practice, we get ready, flush that one out, and then just go ready to play a next game. So this is what you're going to see between today's game and when OKC. You're going to see of what it's like playoff basketball. So you're going to see, can we get our mind right? Can we switch the gears and go and play and be aggressive and be ready and win? This is getting us ready for the playoffs. Machete's back. That White Castle ain't ready yet in the microwave. Go ahead. Wait.
So we got strong beginnings, bro. We really got to take over and figure out what we're going to do right now. Even though we're playing against OKC in Houston, we got to really, those motherfuckers are really going to come hard on us. Pause. That first quarter. Because it's like, Charlotte was unafraid. They could score 38. Imagine what OKC is going to try to do. Because, Chet and those guys, they really like to play beat up on us. And they play hard. Chet plays hard, man. We got to figure out what to do. We got to go not good cover. So, good thing is we'll have 2 days rest. And maybe he'll be able to play Mitch against one of those games. So we'll see. Because we really need Mitch.
We definitely. We definitely need Mitch. 2 days rest?
He's played 8 consecutive games because we really haven't been playing a lot of back-to-backs. But he's been playing and getting his numbers in, Yeah. No. Which is good because, he's happy. And, yeah.
He's ready. He's ready. Listen, he should definitely be playing, man. I mean, 2 days off. He's gonna have rest. He's definitely gonna play. Him versus, I think this is probably what his real matchup against Isaiah Hartenstein. He hasn't really had a matchup since Isaiah really left. Maybe one. They're both healthy, so this is gonna be an interesting matchup. Mitch versus probably the last time they're gonna have Isaiah Hartenstein this year. Anyway, they're gonna. Hey, salute to Trap.
Yeah, they love to play. And I would love to. And his contract's coming up. He should be available hopefully in the summer, man. If we could pick him up and do something, bro. I'd rather go out than Giannis. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, him again. I agree. I mean, I definitely would rather him than Giannis. I know it's hard to see on there. Buzzer beat is like, what? Him versus over Giannis? Salute to Trapped in the 90s. What up? Appreciate you guys in the chat. What are you guys' thoughts on the loss today? I don't know. And I love the name Trapped in the 90s. That's my wardrobe is trapped in the 90s. My all my music is trapped in the 90s. I think my high school diploma is still trapped in the 90s. I don't even know if I got that one. Allegedly, I graduated. Allegedly, I'm just kidding. Salute to Keith Watkins. Just what we were about to check out. You guys resuscitated us back to it. Machete might still check out. He's eating his food. He already gave his outro. But salute to Keith Watkins in the building. Appreciate you, my guy. Tough loss today against the Charlotte Hornets, who played a phenomenal game. You got to tip your hat to them. Tip your hat to Charlotte. They played an excellent game. Great coaching game. Late logging, did you miss much? We're worth the rewind. But, I mean, it was just me and Machete. So we are shooting the shit. Machete's eating. He was hardworking. We were just talking about really the game of Charlotte, how they played. Just a recap from that. Charlotte played a phenomenal game. They did great game plan. They played us very well. A bad defense from us in the first quarter, letting them get 38 points in the first quarter. We did have some rolling, but you give that team that much energy, that lets you know that Mike Brown from that point is letting you know, what does he say? They got to feel our bodies early, right? So you got to put your bodies into them where you're not playing with your hands, and that's where you get in these foul calls or these cheap foul calls. We weren't playing aggressive defensively. Once you let the team get into a rhythm, down goes Frazier. You know what I'm saying? That's it. Murder, she wrote. And that's just what happens, especially with young teams. Young teams, you know what I'm saying? You can't let these YNs come out here and get energy. Once they get energy, it's a wrap. It's hard to slow them down. They're already young. They already got the energy. Once they get the swag going or their riz, once they got that going, it's hard to slow that down. It's hard to slow them down, especially if you're an older team. You can't just turn it on like how you used to at the last minute. And yes, we've done that a lot last year. You see, we try to rely on that even in this game. We started to make a run with 3 minutes left in the game. That's not how you want to play. That's not how you want to go into the playoffs. You got to be able to play. Listen, playoff and championship teams is first quarter, third quarter, first quarter, third quarter. So these next couple of games, it should be us focusing on the first quarter, coming out aggressively, defensively, being aggressive. Even if they're calling a lot of calls on you, foul calls early, be aggressive physically. The more aggressive team physically early in the game is typically going to get the whistles and the advantage of the whistles from the referees. So you got to be able to play with that intensity early, and we have not been doing that. I think we got overly confident again. You got 7 games that you're rolling, and then you're just going to be like, yeah, we can just turn it on. This is Charlotte. Disrespect to the team who, yes, they're technically 9th, but they're only 2 games away from 6. So this is not like a team that's in the lottery like the Bulls, or a team that's just trying to get a high draft pick, and they might show up, they might not. This team, they had to know that they were ready to play. They had to know that in 30 games they're 23-7, which now they're 28-7. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. I just had a thought. And the other thing is that, because Charlotte, they're not in our division, right? They're in our conference, but they're not in our division. So these teams, like, even if we lose to the OKCs and Charlotte, it's not going to affect our, I think, our homestand advantage in the playoffs against who we're going to have to go up against.
Yeah.
Because these teams don't count, Western teams. So I'm not saying that we're not going to play harder or lose these games.
Yeah.
But Western games don't really count against us.
Not for the conference.
So these are practices. These are good practices that they will count against the playoff, going forward, in case we have to face these teams.
But they
might have to pay with.
They still count for positioning to advance to get to second place too. So it's maybe not in our conference or against the teams that we may match up, but I mean we're still within reach to get to second place, against Boston or these other teams. So it's still worth fighting for because that's giving us the home court advantage. Not being ready today, knowing that if we won today, we would have clinched the playoff, which we're obviously going to get to the playoffs anyway, but that you clinch it ahead of time. So there's understanding the gravity of a game, not being prepared for that. Brunson was the only one that came ready, bro. Brunson came prepared. I can't say enough. 13 assists, 26 points. Yes, he had a bad shooting night too. 0 of 6 from 3. He probably would have had 45 if he makes those 6 3-pointers. So tough loss nonetheless, So
one of the minimum at least is to have the same amount of wins and losses as Boston at least going into April 9th. Because then when we play them, and if we win or lose, we're still going to have that home standing against Boston because we definitely going to face them. So that's, I think, one of the minimum requirements. But more importantly, even more than that, I think that would be second. First of all, is to be healthy. If we lose these games, even against OKC, just say I'm looking at the cup half empty. If we lose these games against the OKCs, the Houstons, and who was it? Houston, OKC, and
the Grizzlies after that.
Not worried about them. Mainly Houston and OKC.
Then we got Boston, Toronto, and Atlanta. Atlanta's going to be a tough game. Boston's going to be a tough game.
No, we gotta beat Boston. I'd rather beat the Bostons than the fucking Atlantas, bro. Cause I ain't gonna fucking Atlanta. I don't want to lose to Boston, but we know what it's gonna be like against the OKCs. We might have a chance against Houston because we beat them before, and it was even though we're really tight games. And it's really tough also playing in Dallas and Texas, Houston. Because they get a lot of the calls. They don't like us Northerners out there, so they got that. But we'll see.
So at least we have a chance to at least get a rematch to Charlotte. They got the win today. We're gonna play them for the last game of the season, so we got a chance to get that redemption on there. OKC is gonna be, But again, these are games that got to prep you for the playoff, and they're all going to be at least playoff intensity. Houston's trying to get somewhere in the West, so you're going to play them aggressively. You're going to play them. They're trying to get a W. OKC's still trying to get that championship vibe and stay with that mentality. Charlotte's trying to get into the top 6 if they can. Atlanta, they're not really playing for much, but it's always a battle with them. Grizzlies and Chicago should be easy, but again, last time we played Chicago, Yabusele went and gave us like 7 3-pointers. So I don't know. This is just setting the tone. So I'm not gonna get too crazy, too high or too low, but Sunday's game means something to me. It should mean something to the Knickerbockers. This is the championship team from last year. They beat us the last time we played. And yes, keeping in perspective, we don't have 2 of our best shooters, 2 of our best defenders, which would have made a key difference tonight in Shamet and Deuce. Had they been in, obviously it's a different story, but that's the way the NBA is. Someone's not available, next man up. Again, I was giving Mike Brown props for trying to dig through the bench. He got Clarkson played admirable today. He was trying to be I think he's been playing very good defense. He was playing really good. Some of the calls were really suspect by the referee when he was guarding LaMelo Ball. He couldn't even breathe on LaMelo, so I think he had some money on the game on there on LaMelo's over and unders. But Clarkson played huge, admirable defensively, good offensively. Tried to give us in spirit on there. He tried to get Kolek in the game. We'd see if maybe Kolek can give us some of that 52 magic, but that didn't work. Alvarado's been a little off the last 3-4 games. He's had 0 points. I don't know what's up with Jose, but if he continues like this, and I support him, mi gente borinquen, I support you. But if he continues like this, it's obvious Deuce is going to take over, and he's going to go down to the third point guard. So it's obvious that he's going to lose bench time. It's not going to be Mo. It's not going to be anybody. It's going to be more than likely Jose. What are your thoughts on that?
Jose. Sorry, my bad.
No, I was asking you. What do you think about that?
Hold the fort till Deuce gets back. That's what he's there for. He's the bottom of the totem pole right now. Yeah, he's even playing, and that when he plays, he gives us great minutes, especially at MSG. That's what we can ask for. He helps us win at the Garden. We'll see what happens now on the road, but Alvarado's there. I ain't too worried much about him because he's there as a backup to the backup. I still want to. We still have Jordan Clarkson ahead of him and Chapman ahead of him. So Alvarado, keep doing what you do, brother.
Salute to Keith Watkins. Yeah. Keith Watkins says, we got outplayed tonight. We got kitty cat tonight when we need a Mufasa. Those young players, those young guys played offense the way we are set up to play and beat us at our own game, killed us with the offensive boards. Yeah, that's what we were definitely saying earlier. Tough one for Cat for me. Tough one for Cat. Just me personally, I have no skin in the game. I have no idea. I think it's either one or two things. Either he didn't feel included in the offense around the second quarter. He got no touches in the second quarter after the team was rolling 36-38. Brunson was kind of going hog crazy a little bit, but if you looked at the assists, he got 13 assists. So the game looked different. The eye test was telling me that Brunson was hogging the ball a little bit, but then he's getting assists and other players are hitting the ball. So the eye test was maybe failing me at that point. So I'm not sure if he wasn't getting the touch, he wasn't being aggressive. But I personally think it's his dad being in the hospital that it's kind of messed with him. You know what I'm saying? He don't got his mom. His dad's in the hospital for whatever it is. Speedy recovery to Carl Sr. But I think maybe that's in his mind. Maybe some people don't know that he's not with his dad in New York. His first road trip really away, you know what I mean, on the road while his dad is in the hospital. Maybe he recovered, I don't know. But I think that's kind of played a little bit with him, and then it kind of threw his game off. It doesn't take too much for Carl emotionally to get out of his head sometimes. So that's not an excuse, but nonetheless, I think that's kind of what led to him not being as aggressive. But yes, and we got a little bit of the kitty cat. He did get 13 points, but his boards was missed, as you were pointing out to Keith Watkins. His boards not rebounding. Also, Mitch our highest rebounder was Josh Hart with 7 rebounds. So the fact that you got our 2 7-footers that didn't crack double digits and boards, and they play, and you're right, we were saying that earlier. They beat us to our own game. Offensive rebound. They beat us on fast breaks. They were prepared to run, knowing that we're not going to run back. We're going to be tired. If you can get the Knicks not set on defense, you'll have a better chance of beating them and getting to the boards. Take a shot quick before they get set, and then get that second chance rebound. So they beat us on that fast break. They took a quick shot off that fast break if it was, if we close the paint, and then they got the rebound. So they had 3 positive possessions against the New York Knickerbockers. They played very good. Buzzer Beater says, what happened to the fast-paced offense we had at the beginning of the season? Ball rotation, sir. Ball rotation. Yes, and it looks crazy that you see like 27, I think we had 27 assists, but a lot of that was at the end of the game. A lot of that was within the last 3 minutes of the game. A lot of Josh Hart's rebounds were at the end of the game when we actually started trying to turn it on. With 6 minutes left in the game, we were down 14, and then we're like, oh, you know what? We should play basketball now. We should play this, that idea, that notion that we can just turn it on and we can come back from 20 each time. That's a lot of work, a lot of physical activity on your body that takes away from you a big toll. So it's surprising to see that they can keep thinking that they can do that. It takes a lot. A year of that type of basketball can take a lot from you. So the fast pace, I agree with you. What happened to running to the 3-point line? What happened pushing the pace? And that's what we're talking about. Buzz Beater, you said fast-paced offense. You can't have a fast-paced offense when you're walking the ball across the court. And that's what I was talking about Brunson. I wasn't hating on him because he was playing good and moving the rock, but you're walking the ball up the court. You're walking the ball up the court. You just heard the last game that we played. When we played the last game at home, when we played it against, who did we play against? New Orleans? When we played New Orleans, you heard Clyde said, Brunson looks fresh. He's not bringing up the ball. He looks fresh and energized, ready for the fourth. You had other people moving the ball. We had 33 assists. The ball was moving early. So some of those things where we have to remember to continue to play that way in the beginning. He did have 13 assists, so I can't be mad. Cat wasn't aggressive. OG wasn't as aggressive as he could have been. So it was an off night. It was definitely an off night. It should have been a game for Cat. That's why you saw me put him in the thumbnail. He had 35 and 14, I think, the last time we played them. Dominated the game, player of the game. It should have been the more of the same, but it is what it is. Buzzer Beater is all in for Giannis. I don't see what he would have done different. He wouldn't have shot 3. I mean, aggressive, I can see you in the paint, but we'll talk about that, I guess, another time. I'm not for the Giannis trade myself. Hey, to you, if you got it, I see you may like it. I ain't mad at that. I can't be mad at you. But nonetheless, tough game. I just want us to be ready for OKC. We should be catching the red eye tonight. Don't get on your PS5s, none of that. Go to sleep, put your headphones on, and be ready. Go to sleep and wake up and wake up in Oklahoma. Okay, wake up in Oklahoma at 4 a.m. and get it popping there. Keith Watkins says we are barely beating the 8-second clock when Jalen Brunson brings it up to court lately. We don't even start our offense till 13 and 12 seconds left. My guy, we've been screaming this. We've been shouting this. We've been saying for a long time. And that's what I'm saying. Like, even tonight's game, you saw when Cat didn't have it, Mike Brown pulls him out the game for whatever the case. He only plays 22 minutes, but he doesn't do that with Brunson. He doesn't do it with Brunson. Yo, don't bring the ball up. Be already up court. And you see Bridges is going through this funk. You see Bridges struggling. It should be Bridges bringing up the ball. If Bridges brings up the ball, he's in the flow, he's in the rhythm. It helps Bridges. It keeps Brunson off the ball. They're not going to double team Bridges. And you can have him and Josh Hart bring it up. So if they try to trap Bridges, he gives it to Josh, and then they can get it up to Jalen Brunson. I don't think it's hard. Maybe it's just me, but it should be. Bridges is in rhythm because he's touching the ball often. He's looking to play make. You can get Cat at the. I don't know. It's just my opinion, but it should be him and Josh bringing up the ball, Brunson waiting off screens like Curry, and then you get in the ball movement flowing. Everybody's touching the rock, and then you go. How do you spell relief? JIANNIS. That's hilarious, Buzzer. That's Buzz. I gotta give it to you. Hilarious. Early in the season, we were into our second option by that point. And you guys are correct. This is why I'm not understanding the ball movement. Why aren't we doing it? If you guys remember, I don't know how many podcasts, but that's things that I was looking for. Consistency, screaming at it. It's up to Mike Brown to save Brunson from himself. This is why I've been saying it. It's up to Mike Brown to say, yo, you know what? We're going to run the offense this way. He's calling the timeouts early and regrouping the people when we're starting off slow, but he has to control this offense. He's leaving it too much to them to think it out, kind of like how Tibbs used to say, the game's going to come to you. The game's going to tell you what to do. He's doing the same thing. He's not saying it like how Tibbs said, but he's doing the same thing. You're going to let the game come to you. Let them figure it out. You got 3 plays and you spray. He's literally playing the Thibodeau playbook. If you look today, 39 points for 39 minutes for OG, 39 for Josh Hart, 40 from Brunson. It's the same playbook. So I was expecting a little deeper rotation, but I don't know. It has to be north of 27 assists. We just got to the 27 assist mark and probably had the last 4 or 5 within the last 2-3 minutes. So we need the Mike Brown offense. The way we've been playing, we need that against OKC. We can't have a lackluster game against the defending champs who beat us without their players playing. Shea Gilders, they beat us at home at the Garden, who stunted on us with that stupid-ass fur coat up to his lip. Like, hopefully you remember that these guys played you on your own home court and that you're focused enough to win this game. It's going to be a tough one. Yes, Buzz bring that original commercial out. So it's a tough one. This game I won. I was nonchalant about the other games. I was a little bit nonchalant about Charlotte, even though I said this is going to be a tough game. They were ready to play. They're a playoff team. We should have been better prepared. The fact that we got caught with our pants on this one's a little bit crazy. They're 27-3, actually 28-7 now. We won 7, so we can't be too complaining, but you at some point you got to dial this in. You got 8 more games. You got to dial this first quarter issue before you go into the playoffs. Teams are starting to figure out ways to stop you and beat you at your own game, which is running back on defense, fast breaks, and rebounds. So I'm not going to put too much into it. I think we can obviously win it. Shamet and Deuce do make a difference, especially Shamet, even when Deuce was out. Hitting threes would have helped us get in rhythm, move the ball. So he's a mover. He's a slicer. He cuts in the paint, so that's what Jordan Clarkson was trying to do. Jordan Clarkson played admirably at that point. And Keith Watkins says those young guys were running our old asses out. Listen, they were balling. You got to give them props. They were running. They were gunning. They were hitting everything. Everything. They hit everything. They was chucking up, especially her nipples. What's his name? Con her nipples? Whatever his name was. He was hitting everything. He was out there like an areola. He was hitting everything. Salute to Johnny Harris. My guy was shooting all of that. Yeah, he hit. I think he hit 6 3-pointers. I'm sorry, 6 3. Yeah, so he had 6 threes, 7 threes, 6 3, 7 threes. Plus what he was hitting in the paint, shooting over Josh. I don't know. He was all over the place. The kid is. Listen, right now, Knipple is the one. Knipple is going to be the number 1 rookie of the year. Forget false flag. It's Con Knipple. Whatever his name is. John Knipple, whatever. You know. So, what happened?
I said purple Knipple.
Purple Nurple Knipple. Yeah, he's definitely winning the rookie of the year. He was balling. Salute to Johnny Harris in the building, my guy. They played like the old Heat. That's how they played. Tough game for us, man. I don't know. This was a tough loss. Not too mad. We got OKC. OKC is where I'm gonna. I don't know that one. I need that game. I need OKC. What do you guys thought? Do you think it matters because of the West? I think we need to make a statement game against OKC. The fact that we beat San Antonio multiple times and beat them in some fashion, we got to make a statement with OKC. We got to let the West Coast know that yeah, we've had some bad games, but we are a team to fear. This is one of those games. Them and the Rockets. So these next two games are big. Houston, we beat them already. OKC, we got to give them one. We got to give them one. You know what I mean? Knicks do not get the second seed because you will lose to the Heat. Let us knock out the Pistons. Well, we ain't going to lose to the Heat. But I don't mind you guys taking out the Pistons. Yeah, definitely match up against the Pistons well. That's just the way it is. Miami Heat match up with certain teams very well. They would match up very well against Detroit. I wouldn't be mad if you guys play Detroit, so I ain't mad at that. I ain't mad at that one at all. Jenkins is playing good for Detroit, so he picked it up. Definitely there. He's balling. So our next game we have, and we're going to be live, T-9 was tonight's game. T-8 is going to be Sunday against OKC. OKC's at 7:30. Jesus. I'm going to be at 9:30. All right, it's going to be like a 10:30 game for me, which I'm going to be delirious. It's probably going to be a good show if I'm delirious. And then the Rockets. Oh, my God. That's another late game. You guys getting the best of me. Next two games are going to be tough. So we got Sunday and Tuesday. Tough games. Tough games coming up.
Yeah. But I'm out, bro. I'm out. Y'all have a good night. All right, folks.
Yeah, do you think? He said OKC just lost, so they're not going to lose again. Just win the Eastern Conference. Yeah. Hey, salute to Machete's out of here. So we'll catch you guys on Sunday. Sunday we'll be live. We're going live each game. Each game we're going live at the end of it to close down. This has a chance of being a classic. Oof, listen. All right, so we're going to be going live every game to the playoffs, giving you guys some content here so we can get you guys covered, giving you guys some good feedback. I appreciate you guys joining us here, but we're going to be closing out the Knickerbockers. Tough loss tonight against Charlotte Hornets. So we're looking for a redemption Sunday. Appreciate you guys. It's gonna be Comedy Central. Listen, you know when I get sleepy, it's gonna be wilding for sure. I appreciate you guys coming. Johnny Harris, appreciate you. Old Man Knicks, Keith Watkins, appreciate you. Buzzer Beat, appreciate you, my guy. Trapped in the 90s, salute to you guys. Tough loss. Let's not get on the ledge. Let's not get on the ledge. Tough loss. Chuck it in the trash. Sunday night, you're welcome to join the ledge with me if we lose, which hopefully we're not. Let's go Knicks. Let's keep this energy going. Chasing for second place. As Johnny said, it's close. I don't mind you guys. I don't mind you guys taking out Detroit for us for sure though. But I don't mind us doing it either. But I appreciate you guys. We out of here. All right. Appreciate you. You heard? You're
New York City. New York. If the Knicks is in the Mecca, yeah, let me hear you give it up. The Knicks is in the Mecca, yeah, let me hear you give it up. The Knicks is in the Mecca, yeah, let me hear you give it up. The Knicks is in the Mecca, yeah, let me hear you give it up. We back, we back, we back, we back. This is New York City, home of the Knicks, baby. Yeah, we back on track. The Mecca's going crazy. Rim rocking, shot blocking, ball. We are not stopping, aiming at that chip with the bulls on the target. It's been so many. That's how bad we really want it. From the city to the garden, we all be blue and orange, and everybody's starving. Hell yeah, hungry for a ring. A team full of hungry who's all going in. We back.
A minute, Brunson at three. Bang!